What's up, guys? It's your boy, Mr. CFB, and I'm about to cover a very important segment for, probably a lot of my otakus in the community, and it's a heavy topic, so strap yourself in. The topic today is going to be breakups, and it's going to be followed by a light story from myself that I wrote, and I just really wanted to hit home. But without further ado, let's get into it. Breakups can leave a number of emotions setting into one's own self. It can lead to depression, guilt, sadness, and even vengefulness in some cases. And in which case, I advise you all to don't do that. If you have to sit down, cry it out, laugh it out, punch a tree, chop down the dimensional axis, whatever, just don't don't do harm to other people, because that won't do nothing but get yourself in trouble, and it'll make you feel even worse, and it'll make that person feel even worse, because then you'll fall out of graces from what they thought of you. um yeah, man, just you gotta check your emotions when you feel like it's over, or even when it is officially over. Even if you thought like, hey, a door was still open, you have to let that door close. Because true love and testimony means loving that person even if they don't love you back, and loving to see them happy and fruitful. But without further ado, here's my tale. It was a dark moonlit night. It was a dark moonlit night, and a man, he wanders the lonely forest, searching for his heart, unbeknownst to him that in moments he would soon find it. He walks wielding a long katana with silver white hair and blood red eyes that would make even the most fearsome demon frightened. He walks deeper into the forest, and unbeknownst to him, he sees a maiden, long hair, dark skin. Time was no tell for this guy. He had finally found his beloved. Infatuated with the female, he approaches her cautiously, because he has very many enemies. And he stares at her. Her eyes were as blue as the heavens themselves, and her shape was more amazing than a Coke bottle in real lifetime. He grabs her hand immediately, and he begs her to be his. He tells his tale about the many wars that he's fought, the many lives that he's taken, the sins that lie upon his head, the darkness that he's fallen into. He tells the maiden of the story of his lost child and his fallen lover. She begins to cry and weep for him, knowing that the man had sadness in his heart. She chooses to stick by the man and heal his lonely and broken heart like only she could. Time passes on, seasons pass on, nature changes, and before they knew it, they were giving new life a chance. The man grabs her hand as she says, "I'm pregnant. It's gonna be a girl." The man weeps in excitement, but the woman's face looks long, wondering if their lifestyle would be suitable for a child. The woman considered giving the child to the village people that would raise the child right without any fear of its life. The man, he weeps because he knew he caused this. The distress in his heart almost broke as he too even considered giving the child to the village people. But the woman, she straightens up and she decides to keep the child. The man, lost in emotions, happy yet frightful because he wants to give the child an amazing life, but knows the world that he lives in would never ever cause for the child to have an amazing life. We fast forward some time, seasons change, and now the baby is here. A baby so abundant that one can only deem her name Faith. Faith because they had faith that everything would be alright. Faith because they had faith that they would be able to make a very amazing life for this child. Faith because that's all the two ever had was faith. We fast forward some more time. Seasons change. And now the beautiful couple are in a down spiral. Sadness befalls them as arguments continue to clash. The man continuously fighting the battles, fending off enemy after enemy, because this was his job. This is all he knew. They provided a wonderful life for the child, but the woman could no longer stand with the man because his vicious anger would take over him and he would lash out in an uncontrollable rage. And she was afraid that one day she might slay him out of sheer desperation to keep her child safe. Seeing as this was an environment for a child, the woman left. The man didn't care. He continued on his path of violence and rage, and abruptly, there was no one left to fight. He was alone. The woman had moved on. She found another male, another lover, another soul that she could be with. The man dashes in quickly with his sword to make a foul swoop, but the man pulls out a sword of his own, and he dare says, "You'd kill the woman you love? You'd kill what she has placed her love in? And moreover not, you would slay your own kin?" The man backs off. He sheathes the sword and he runs. He runs and he runs. He falls to his knees as it begins to rain. The tear falls down from his eyes as he realized the world that he lived in had made him so heartless. And he apologized countless times to the woman, begging, asking, pleading for another chance. But the damage had already been done. The darkness that consumed the man's heart and soul vigorously had left a stain so unwashable on the woman's heart that she didn't see herself being with him ever again. He saw somebody else living the life that he wished to live, and he forgot his goals solely because he was trying to do what he thought was right. And one could only say that he was doing only what he knew, and that the world had made him into a warrior and then taken it back when he tried to be a lover and a father. He's been cast aside by the only person that he loved, and the only thing that he loved was taken away from him in a foul swoop. A life someone else will now place their hands upon. The man weeps as he takes out his sword, and after 10 decades, he gives the sword a name. He said, Mayame no Ken, meaning sword of darkness. He takes the sword and he aligns it with his neck, and with a flash of thunder, he lops off his own head, because he knew death would be the only escape for the pain that he had caused the woman he loved. That was my story, everybody. Moral of the story is, no matter what life throws at you, you have to be still and you have to be mindful. You have to move like water. You have to be calm like water. You mustn't be rattled. Please, if you're in a relationship, love your other, because they can be gone tomorrow and will leave a nasty stain on their soul as well as yours. I love you guys, CFB. Remember to like and subscribe if you enjoyed this story here. Until next time, we are out.